What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jerome, and I'm here today with the review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Season 5, Episode 5. This episode was titled School of Rocc. So, without further ado, let's get this video started. Alright, so this episode, it opens up, with the continuation of what happened between Little Lyrica and Clutch and Pearls last week. So, you got Clutch and Pearls. He's in a hotel room, and he's just in his feelings about the whole situation that happened between him and Little Lyrica. How he's planning on getting a divorce from Little Lyrica. Then you see him going into the trying to get ready and all that kind of stuff. He's putting on his jewelry, and he's just looking at that ring like, do I want to put this ring on, or do I want to get a divorce from Little Lyrica? I'm sorry, y'all, I'm being extra dramatic, but back to it. So like I said, he's looking to see what he wants to do. He doesn't know if he wants to get a divorce from Little Lyrica or not. Then you move over to Little Lyrica. She's doing a photo shoot, and she's talking about how she upset because he's listening to what K Michelle said, Brooke said, and Marcus. But I'm like, even your mama said it. But okay, whatever, Little Lyrica. If that's what you want to, if you want to be in your feelings about that, go for it. But if 4 people are saying it, there's got to be some kind of truth in it, right? So, and she's talking about how she felt disrespected by the things that Clutch and Pearl said to her. And I'm like, excuse me, y'all. But I'm sitting there thinking to myself, like, you really initiated it by telling him that you were with him when nobody wanted to work with him and when he was on food stamps. Like, there's nothing wrong with food stamps. Like, shit, I wish I was on food stamps, man. Do you know how much money I spend on groceries? Like, a nigga wish he was on food stamps. Hello, nigga wish he could find somebody that sells food stamps, so I can get some food stamps, so I don't have to spend my money on food. So, no, don't knock food stamps, for real. There are a lot of motherfuckers who wish they was on that shit. I'm being one of them. So we'll move on. But and she's talking about how she's working on herself and how the show must go on. And I'm like, okay, Lil Lyrica, if you say so. All right, then you got Clutch and Pearls. He is in the studio. This is his release right now with all the shit that's going on between him and Lil Lyrica and all that kind of stuff. So he's in the studio with Apple Watts. Now, Apple is in there going hard in the studio and going on that beat. The beat was badass. Her rapping it's not bad, but it's not that good. But them lyrics need a whole hell of a lot of work to them. Cause I'm like, what the fuck is she talking about? But she comes out of the booth, and she's just sitting down with Clutch and Pearls, and he's telling her how he's entered her name into the showcase that Donatella's having, and how he wants on the stage a stripper pole to be there, and he wants her to rap. So basically, he wants her to be a strapper. And I'm like, that sounds stupid as fuck. And then Apple's talking about how she's trying to get away from the whole stripper mentality, and I'm like, well, why the fuck didn't you tell him that you don't want no fucking stripper pole on the stage with you? Like, come on, that's stupid as fuck. I'm a rapper, but I'm gonna have a stripper pole up here and I'm stripping and rapping. That makes a whole fucking lot of sense, Apple. Speak your mind. I don't give a fuck how good of a producer A1 is. Tell that nigga, hell no, we ain't putting no stripper pole on this stage. Like, who the fuck I look like? What kind of trick do I look like? Like, for real, do I look like a dog? You just tell me to roll over, play dead, go fetch. Like, nah, nigga. So, while they sitting there, Apple is telling Clutch and Pearls about how, when she met up with Brooke, and Brooke introduced her to Rockstar, and how Rockstar, when she met up with Rockstar at the studio, Rockstar's whole thing was he wanted to downplay, A1 and talk shit about him. And I actually 100% respect Apple, because Apple's a real ass bitch. Because Apple really didn't have to tell A1 anything about what happened between her and Rockstar. And then 2, when she was in the studio with Rockstar, she could have let Rockstar just straight up clown Clutch and Pearls and never said anything. So I respect Apple for that. And Clutch and Pearls is talking about how at one point he sold a song to Rockstar for $30,000, but he never put the song out and all that kind of stuff. And then he's telling him, telling Apple about, their issues mostly because of Lyrica, and how, Rockstar is jealous that Clutch and Pearls has Lyrica instead of Rockstar. And I'm like, nah, bro, I think it might be the other way around. I think Rockstar might want to get with you, but he might want to get with Clutch and Pearls and Lil Lyrica. Catch that. But that's how I feel about it. People might disagree with me, but it just feels like it's a whole lot of sexual tension between Clutch and Pearls and Rockstar, just from what I'm seeing on the show. All right, then you got Lil Lyrica. She is meeting with Rockstar himself, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are you mean with this corny ass nigga? Like, for real. So, you know, she, like I said, she's meeting with him. She's talking about how she's working on her second album and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, when she sits down with Rockstar, she's telling him about what's going on between her and Clutch and Pearls. And I'm like, why are you sitting here telling this dude your business? Like, that's stupid as all of the fuck to sit here and just give this nigga information about your marriage. Like, you would be mad if he go back and tell other people what's going on in your marriage. Like, you would be so fucking pissed, and you would be like, you a bitch ass nigga for going around telling my business. But you sat there and told it to the motherfucker. Like, so you couldn't be mad. And I'm just sitting here like, why the fuck are you divulging so much information? And then, you know, she's talking about how she's never really worked with anybody outside of her team and Clutch and Pearls. And I'm like, why do you want to work with him? Please tell me why you want to choked on some spit, y'all. But tell me why you want to work with this dude. Like, give me a good enough reason why, because I don't see it. And then, you know, Rockstar is throwing shots at Clutch and Pearls, talking about, oh, you left them because of the nail polish and the pearls and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, nigga, you got a whole cubic zirconia choker around your neck, and then you want to talk about this man? Like, shut the fuck up. You like, I really truly could not stand it. I'm like, damn, I can't stand looking at you right now. Like, you are so stupid. And then he's talking about how he got a song that Lyrica can jump on him, jump on the song. And I'm like, oh my God, like, how fucking corny can you be? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, I was over him completely. Like, nigga, nobody's interested. All right, then we got Clutch and Pearls. He is having a performance, and I'm sitting there looking like, damn, Mona, the budget done went up that we booking theaters now. Like, okay, Mona, I see you. But first of all, how much did you pay them people to actually be there to support Clutch and Pearls? Because I just don't think that many people are going to performance that he's having, unless you got a big name artist there, but we don't know who was there. So moving on. So like I said, Clutch and Pearls is performing, and you know, he got La Britney on the stage. She doing his old flicked ass dance. Her booty cheeks ain't even moving at all, but like I said, she's there dancing. So you know, once the performance is over, A1 is talking to La Britney. And, you know, he's basically telling La Britney how he want to work with her and all that kind of stuff. And she's like, oh, you know, I'm performing at this showcase that Donatella's having in a few days, on Friday. You know, come through and see the La Britney show and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, that's what's up. You know, I got Apple Watts. That's my other artist. She going to be there performing too. So I'll definitely be there and I'll see you and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, she leaves and up walks Solo, Lucci, and Marcus. So, you know, when Marcus don't walk up, Marcus is just telling them about everything that's going on between him and Brooke. How, you know, Brooke called him over there, and she called Stasia over there. And, you know, how Stasia told Brooke that she may be pregnant, and how, you know, Brooke is like, well, you know what, since y'all going to a clinic, I'm going to pop up. And then Marcus is like, you know, Brooke had his cell phone, and she was going through his phone, and she saw where, you know, I don't know, well, between him and Stasia, where they were texting about where they're going to go to the clinic. Brooke saw that, and Brooke took it upon herself that she going to show up. And I'm like, Brooke, here you go again, making yourself look crazy as fuck. Like, girl, why? Why do you have to make yourself look crazy behind Marcus? Like, he looked like Steve Urkel, for real. Like, why you making yourself look dumb behind this nigga? I just don't get it, but whatever. So, you know, while they're there, A1's brother comes up, Floyd and Lloyd, and his wife come up. So Clutch and Pearls invited him there after the whole situation that happened between him and their mama Pam. And, you know, his brother comes there on a different tip this time, and, you know, he's apologetic and all that kind of stuff. And Clutch and Pearls is telling him how, you know, he's thinking about divorce and all that kind of stuff. And his brother's acting like he all surprised and stuff. And I'm like, are you seriously acting like you surprised that you the one who mentioned in the last episode that you were on that maybe they should get a divorce? Like, are you really that surprised that he's talking about divorce? But if you are, whatever. And then, you know, his wife is like, you know, she's not for divorce, but, you know, she's talking about how, you know, Lyrica is spoiled and you know, and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, damn, is it that bad? Because everybody keeps saying this shit about her. And, you know, you got Solo Lucci. He's talking about, man, with him talking about divorce. I hope that, you know, my stripper party is not the reason for them getting a divorce. And I'm like, nah, your stripper party ain't got shit to do with it. Then on the other side, you got Tierra meeting up with Paris and Nikki. And, you know, Nikki and Paris are basically telling Tierra, you know, about the shit that they found out about Akbar being married. And Tierra's talking about how she don't believe that stuff and how it's not true and all that kind of stuff. And then she's also talking about how she sat down and had a conversation with Akbar about the way that he treated Nikki and Paris the last time. And, you know, and she's apologizing to them. I'm like, Tierra, why are you apologizing to them? Like, he needs to apologize to them because he was in the wrong for the way he came at them last time. So, I mean, what the fuck? Like, why are you apologizing to him? I think Tierra is really in denial when it comes to this shit with Akbar, because I'm like, did you not see all that shit that was in the blogs about him? Like, I know you had to have saw that stuff. It was all over Shade Woman Baller Alert when it happened. So I don't know why Tierra is so in denial about it. All right, and then you got Little Lyrica. She is in the studio once again with what's his nigga name? Rockstar. And now she's regretting, you know, telling Rockstar about her situation with Clutch and Pearls and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, now you regretting it. Like, you didn't regret it when you were sitting there talking to him. Like, shut up, Lyrica, please. And Rockstar is so bitch made and all that kind of stuff. So, like I said, she's the oh, that hurt so badly. Oh shit. Excuse me, y'all, that hurt so badly. And now my throat is raspy. Oh shit, that hurt. Motherfucker. Motherfucker. So, like I was saying, Lil Lyric is there and she's recording a song. She's recording a song with Rockstar. And then when she comes out of the booth recording the song with Rockstar, she Rockstar all of a sudden has his phone pulled up and he's on A1's social media and he's showing Little Lyrica this performance that he had at his concert, and he's showing her La Britney dancing on stage, and Little Lyrica's getting her feelings because La Britney is on stage dancing. Now, I didn't understand why Little Lyrica got in her feelings, because it's not like La Britney was in A1's lap dancing or no shit like that. Clutch and Pearls is right here, and La Britney was behind him dancing. So I don't get why she got in her feelings and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, after he shows her that video, she's like, you know what, I gotta go because I'm in a mood right now and I don't feel like working on all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, why did you get in your feelings so badly? It was nothing, you know, for you to get mad over. It was pretty harmless. But like I said, you know, it just feels like, you know, Rockstar wants either both Lil Lyric and Clutch and Pearls, because it's just weird how he's obsessed with this dude. Like, I don't understand it. Okay, and then we got Brooke. Brooke looks like a Lifetime movie in real time. Cause, okay, so she invites Stasia over to her place, and she keep calling this girl Natasha, Latasha, whatever she kept calling the girl. She never called about her name. And the reason why Brooke called her over there looking like Fatal Attraction, single white female, a thin line between love and hate and all that shit, is because she wants to for Marcus to end things with Stassi. And I'm like, oh my god, here we go with this Jade situation again. And, you know, so like I said, she invited her over. Stasia comes in, never called the girl by her real name. And, you know, the girl is telling Brooke, well, did Marcus tell you that I may or may not be pregnant? And Brooke is like, no, he didn't tell me that. And then, you know, we get Marcus to walk in. And Marcus thinks that he's coming over there because Brooke wants to apologize to him about her actions and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, Marcus, how fucking dumb are you? Do you not remember last season when she played the fuck out of you by making you think that she was apologizing to you when she had Jade come in? Like, nigga, think Smart. You know this girl is crazy as fuck and fine as shit though, but crazy. Like, oh my god. So then Marcus comes in, and Brooke is like, well, she just told me that I may or may not have a stepchild on the way, and I'm like, a stepchild, Brooke? You pushing it far. This man has not asked you to marry him yet. And then Stasia and Marcus get into it. So then they go downstairs and they continue to argue with each other. And then Brooke is upstairs looking at it like a spectator sport. And she's telling Marcus, you just giving this girl some dick and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, Brooke, you are really making yourself look so desperate and thirsty right now. Like, it's monumentally crazy as fuck to me, the lengths that you're going through for Marcus. Like, I am so weirded out by that. And then Marcus is sitting here eating this shit up. I'm like, Marcus, you talking about how Brooke is crazy, but you actually like the fact that Brooke is fucking crazy. And I'm like, okay, if y'all like it, I love it. So Stasia leaves Marcus there, and then Brooke is trying to get a kiss from him, and I'm like, oh my god, Brooke, you look deluded and crazy as fuck with this whole situation right about now. I hope Mona's paying you a whole fucking lot of money. Like, you are neglecting your music career to sit here and look a plumb fucking fool on TV. Oh, and I did forget to mention that Brooke said, Marcus said that he and Stasia are going to a clinic so that she can get a pregnancy test done. And Brooke is like, you know what, I'll be there. I'm like, what the fuck you gonna go for? Like, that ain't got shit to do with you. Again, looking stupid and desperate. But all right, then you move over to Marcus and Stasia. They are at the clinic, and Stasia is asking Marcus about Brooke's situation, all that kind of stuff, and he's just ducking and dodging the whole situation altogether. So the doctor comes in, and she gives them the information that Stasia is not pregnant, and Marcus basically has dodged a complete bullet with that one. And they go outside, and there is Brooke standing outside in the rain. And she's like, oh, so what's the verdict? Are you pregnant or are you not pregnant? And Stasia's like, I'm not pregnant. And then Brooke takes some condoms out of her bra and throws them at Stasia. And I'm like, Brooke, here you go again, making yourself look stupid and crazy as fuck. And Stasia's trying to get at her, but I'm like, Stasia, why are you trying to get at her when it's him that you should be coming at? Like, why don't you just break up with this nigga and move on with your life? Because obviously he don't want you. He's stringing you along because he wants to be with Brooke's so crazy ass. And I don't get why she don't see that. All right, so next we got Paris. She and Nikki, they are meeting up, having a spa day. And, Paris comes in because, Paris is still kind of upset about the whole thing that happened between Paris, Nikki, and Tierra and Akbar last week. And, Paris went and did some snooping, some digging, and all that kind of stuff. And she found from the blogs that Akbar is actually married, which I actually do remember back when they were actually first starting to film Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 5, when it was all over the blogs that, Tierra had a boyfriend, but he had a wife. And I just remember all that shit playing out. And I was sitting there at that time thinking to myself, like, Mona, really? Like, damn, you that desperate for this girl to have a storyline that you gonna sit here and put her with a dude, and then he's married. And then the way that the blogs painted it out, it was as if Tierra was a homewrecker and all that kind of stuff, which I couldn't believe that Tierra would actually knowingly be with a man that she knew was married. But I just couldn't see it at that time, and I still really don't see it looking at it on the screen. So, when Paris is telling Nikki about this, Paris's whole thing is she want to call Tierra up right then and there and tell Tierra everything that's going on between Akbar and his supposed wife, because there was a post that, showed Akbar and his wife walking together, and that she still uses his last name. So Nikki was like, nah, Paris, that ain't the right thing to do. You don't want to call Tierra up and tell her that you want to, what you want to tell her. We need to get Tierra alone and tell Tierra face to face instead of doing it over the phone, which I agree with Nikki on that one. It's better to tell her face to face than to try to spring it on her and call her, tell her, hey, your man is married. Like, I would be pissed the fuck off if you did that to me, and I would hang up in your fucking face if you did it. All right, and then Tierra, she is meeting up with Akbar for dinner, and originally this dinner was supposed to be for Akbar to give her an update on her music video that she shot, but instead she got to talk to Akbar about the situation between him and his supposed wife. So They sit down, and Tierra mentions, I said I was at a concert, and Nikki and Paris were there, and they was telling me about that you have about the situation with your wife again, and Akbar is trying to play it off like it's something in the past. And then he gonna sit there and tell Tierra, like, if you and Sade met each other, that y'all would kick it, y'all would really like each other and hit it off with each other. And I'm like, what kind of shit is this? Like, I could see it if you two had children and stuff. Then she would have to, y'all dating, and then she would have to meet the ex-wife so that you guys could co-parent. But what the fuck? Like, y'all don't have kids or nothing like that. So why would Tierra want to kick it with her and hit it off with her? Like, what kind of polyamorous, polygamous, all that kind of shit is going on with this bullshit? All right, so then you got Paris and Miss Nikki, baby. They are meeting up today, and they're actually meeting up with Akbar's wife. Now, Paris lured Akbar's wife there on false pretenses. She lured her there because Akbar's wife has his clothing line, and she wanted to make it seem like Nikki wanted to invest in that clothing line. And if I was Nikki, I would have been like, bitch, don't be using me for yourself. Don't be using me for your petty shit. Like, keep my name out of it, and we'll move forward. But Akbar, oh fuck. So Paris slips it in there. Sorry, y'all, my camera turned off. Paris slips it in there that she was watching. She was on her social media looking at some stuff, and she saw that she is supposedly married to a guy that her friend Tierra is dating. And then she was, Paris asked her, well, are y'all married? And both Paris and Nikki asked her, are they married? She says yes. She said, so they said, is it a real marriage, or is it one of those, that's my hubby, that's wifey, but y'all not really married? She said, no, that's really my husband, and all that kind of stuff. And then, they start asking her, well, he's always with Tierra. She said, he's always with her, really? And then, she was like, yeah. So she was like, do y'all live separately or something like that? And she's like, no, we got a house here in LA. We got a house in Atlanta. They got houses somewhere else. I wasn't really listening. And then, Paris is going on about how Akbar is a womanizer. And, Sade gets in her feelings. And I'm like, but he is a womanizer. It's not about don't disrespect him, but he is a womanizer. Like, do you not know what a womanizer is? Like, that nigga is a full womanizer. Like, and then, I begged the question, like, are y'all in an open marriage or something like that? Like, because the way she was talking, she made it seem as if she knows about Tierra and this is not a secret to her. Like, if it's not a secret to her, that's their business. But I don't think Tierra would want to be a part of that. So I was like really confused by that whole shit. And then next we get Brittany. She is on this rooftop, doing her little thing, and she's joined by this dude named Jay Wills, who is a rapper. He's a bisexual rapper, and I'm like, oh shit, y'all finna hear this. Y'all finna hear it on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, wherever, from Milan Christopher, because this nigga is about to be all up in his feelings. His song is about to be all up in his ass, because he believes that everybody watched Love and Hip Hop Hollywood season 2 for him, and that's why the ratings were so high, because he keep talking about it week after week after week, how the ratings are going down. I'm like, nigga, nobody watched that shit for you. Like, what the fuck? So, like I said, Brittany and Rockstar, they are on this rooftop, they are performing. It actually sounded pretty good to me. And Brittany's talking about how she met up with A1, how she's gonna work with him, and he's gonna work on her single. And Jay Wills is telling Brittany, like, I saw you on Snapchat, you was at his performance and you was dancing and all that kind of stuff. She was like, yeah. And he was like, his wife is gonna be at Donatello Showcase, because she was talking about how she got to go and perform, practice her song. What was the name of her song? Booty Drop. And Jay Wills was telling her how Lil Lyric is gonna be there. And she was like, yeah, I saw her watching my, Insta Snap and all that kind of stuff. And she don't even follow me, and she didn't say nothing to me then. So why should she say something to me now? Which I agree with Brittany. For one, Brittany didn't do anything wrong. So I don't know why, Lyrica, again, was in her feelings, because she actually did nothing wrong. It was pretty harmless. She wasn't dancing on Clutch and Pearl, so I don't know why little Lyrica is in her feelings. But whatever. All right, then we got Donatella's bullshit ass showcase. So La Britney is performing her song. Wasn't really all that so good to me, and the outfit that she had on did not fit her ass. Like it was sagging like a diaper. And then Moniece is there, and in walks Little Lyrica with a fucked up ass wig. And Little Lyrica and Moniece have squashed their beef from last season. And Moniece is asking Little Lyrica about what's going on between her and A1, and she's telling Moniece, she's telling Moniece what's going on. And then Moniece is like, oh, I see A1 over there at the bar, and she's like, you do? And then they show him at the bar. Then you get Apple Watts. She's up there performing her song, and listening to that song, I'm like, Apple, I can hear the track and I can hear you, and y'all ain't meshing well together. And I actually have to agree with Rockstar. Like, she's a stripper, but you got her on stage with a stripper pole and she's rapping. Like, I didn't understand that myself either. So that was the only thing in this whole episode that I agree with Rockstar on. So once Apple Watts finished her performance, she goes over to where Little Lyrica is, and she hugs Little Lyrica and she's introduced to Moniece. And then she sits down and Little Lyrica's like, did you know that Clutch and Pearls was gonna be here? And she's like, yeah, I knew that. And Lil Lyrica was like, I thought we were cool. Like, why come you didn't tell me that? And she was like, whatever. She didn't. I don't forget what she said to him. So now we got Jay Wills. He's in the back. He's put on his makeup, and he's coming out on stage as Candy. And I was like, oh. When I saw him put on that makeup, I'm like, he gonna come out there in some kind of form of drag. And lo and behold, he did. But when he came out there, his rap was actually pretty good. His whole reason for doing this, what he does is to beat people to the punch. And I like that. I respect that and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, his rap was really, really good. So, Moniece actually knows him. And, once he finishes his performance, he goes down and he sits down with them and all that kind of stuff. And then, Apple Watts is telling Lyrica how she's about to go over there with Clutch and Pearls and that she needs to come over there with her. And she's like, no, I'm going to sit here and talk to Moniece. And Moniece was like, nah, girl, go get your man. So, Apple Watts takes her over there where La Britney is and Clutch and Pearls. So they get over there, and, Little Lyric is like, you was the one that was at my husband's, concert dancing. And La Britney was like, yeah, you was watching my Snapchat and all that kind of stuff, and you didn't say nothing. So then they start getting into it with each other, and La Britney calls Little Lyrica a bitch and all that kind of stuff. And then you got Rockstar old bitch ass over there on the side laughing and kicking and all that kind of stuff like he really did something. I'm like, nigga, you look so bitch made right now. Like, what the fuck? So, A1 takes La Britney outside, and he just basically talking to La Britney about how she disrespected Little Lyrica, even though she doesn't know that right now that they are going through some issues and all that kind of stuff. And, my thing with La Britney is she was in her right to say something to Little Lyrica because, again, she did not do anything wrong when it came to that whole shit. So, Clutch and Pearls and Little Lyrica, they inside, they talking, and they arguing about this Safari stuff again. And then you got this bitch ass nigga, Rockstar, coming up there trying to, get in it and all that kind of stuff and trying to fight with Clutch and Pearls and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, what the fuck are you fighting with him for? Like, you look so fucking stupid. Like, that's why I keep saying I believe that there's some sexual tension on Rockstar's part with both Little Lyrica and Clutch and Pearls. But that was Love and Hip Hop. Leave your comments, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later.